Hello everybody. So back whenever I was learning how to bump, I read this article. I don't remember who wrote it or anything like that, but I think it was in Fisherman Magazine. But they said in order to learn how to bump, you gotta leave your anchor at home, leave your anchor poles at home, and just bump, regardless of what happens, and just learn how to do it. So today, I wanted to make a true bumping video. I didn't want to mess with my anchor poles or anything. I just got my one bumping pole. That's what I'm gonna do all day long until we get some fish. So I use my GPS map a lot whenever I'm looking for places to bump. Wherever them contour lines are real gathered up, that means there's a lot of trash underneath the water, places for fish to hide. Wherever it says submerged rock area, caution area, something like that, places for fish to hide. So I study up on a stretch of river, find all them places on the map before I go out, and then look at them places on my depth finder when I get there and see if they're holding fish. So this is stretch of river right here, and I fished this stretch of river quite a bit and caught a lot of fish in it, bumping. It's just where it falls down out of the hills right below Cape Girardeau, and it's just like this on the bottom. And it averages out in the river channel about 20 foot deep whenever the river's low like it is now. So we're running a 3.5 mile an hour current. So I'm gonna get my trolling motor fired up. I'm gonna run her about 3.5. It's a Minn Kota Terra-Ova, 112 pound thrust, which would be about 1.5 miles, 2 mile an hour normal, without no current. I want to bust the current in half. In other words, I want my backwards drift to be going half the current. So 3.5 mile an hour current, I want my backwards drift to be about 1 mile and a half an hour. I'm gonna use a 4-ounce sinker today. I normally would use a 3-ounce, but guess what I done? I didn't put no 3-ounce bumping sinkers in my tackle box last night. So I'm getting my drift established. I'm gonna run down this buoy line on the outside of the river and just bump. I've got my drift established. I've got a 2.36 mile an hour backwards current. Here's my typical bumping setup. A 10-aught hook, a swivel about 6 inches away from the hook, maybe 8. Another swivel, it's a 3-way to my main line, and then about a 6-inch dropper to a 4-ounce cannonball sinker. I put this swivel in here in between these, so when that bait's sitting down there twisting, it twists off that swivel. It don't twist the main swivel up. And I just drop her down till she hits the bottom and just walk her backwards behind the boat. I'm gonna have to bump my trolling motor up just a hair. I've got it GPS locked. In a certain direction. That way I ain't trying to fight that trolling motor while I'm going backwards down the river. You want your line to be at a 45 degree out the back of the boat. That way if it does get hung up or something, you got time to catch up with it before you get over the top of it. And it usually takes you a little bit to get used to it. Even, I've done it quite a bit. It even takes me a couple 5-6 minutes to get used to it again after I ain't done it in a while. I got the sun right in my eyes. I can't tell on the bank what I'm doing. I need to straighten my trolling motor back out. This is a heavy current area of the river, but there's some good fish down through here because they're submerged rocks. I'm using fresh skipjack. And bumping, if you're using like frozen bait or anything, it's a good way to use a little bit older of a bait, because them fish are waiting on stuff to come by them down there. I've either one stuck or something. I've lost track of the bottom. So I reel in and regroup. Sometimes out here in these swirls and stuff, you lose track of the bottom. And fall's a good time to do this because there's migrating fish heading back to their winter homes. And they hang out in these current breaks under the water. And you will lose lots of tackle till you get used to it. It's not for the faint of heart. But if you want to catch consistent big fish, it is a for sure way of doing it. Like I said in a video, 2 or 3 videos ago, if I was to fish tournaments on the Mississippi, this is how I would do it in the summertime. It's about the only way to fish the current. And the ends of wing dikes, you can bump them ends of the wing dikes out through them scour holes and catch them. I went over a rock right then. But see, that's the reason why you want your rod or your line at a 45 degrees, so when you can feel that stuff, you can bounce it up over it. There's quite a few rocks in there. There should be some fish in there. And you'll find that certain areas of the river hold more fish too. Once you get that rhythm going, like our next destination, as soon as the barges gets out of the way, is a severe bend in the river upstream. I like to fish the outside bends of rivers when I do this, whenever there's a big hole there. It's usually got a little bit of a slacker current. And them fish pile up in areas with slacker current. You see me do that, I've lost contact with the bottom, and I'm reeling back in until I can feel the weight pick back up, and then I'll start my bump again. All right, guys, we're gonna go up there in that bend. I think the barges is either gonna stay where they're at or do something different, but anyways, we're gonna go up there in that slower current in that bend. I'll see y'all here directly. All right, guys, this has got like half the current in it. The river gets wider and deeper here, and it holds a lot of fish in this bend. I'm making little short bounces. Trying to keep that presentation as slow as I can. All right, I'm gonna freshen up my bait, and we're gonna be just a hair closer to the bank. Now then, we might get stuck here. But sometimes that's the price you pay whenever you fish. You sort of want to be up against the bank where that drop off is. I think I'm going up over a rock pile now. I wanted to fish that backside of that rock pile. Time to tie on some more stuff. Like I said, guys, that's just the way it is. That's bumping. Just like that, we're back at them. I did find some 3 ounces of weight. That'll help us a little. You want to try to use as light as possible. Well, guys, I'm gonna put my top up and we're gonna go one more pass through there. If we don't get a bite, we're gonna go somewhere else. Now, right down this bank here, there seems to be a lot of fish. If we can get a hook to stay down there long enough to get one, we might get one on this bend right here. There was a bunch of rocks and stuff on down there that was loaded down with fish. Now, then, with that being said, we'll just have to see. There ain't hardly any current here at all. If I knew this place was like this, I would have already have spot locked and fished it. 45 foot deep, which is kind of deep for this part of the river. Fish on. It's just like any other kind of fishing, guys. When you find them on sonar, you can run a pole down through them and you can usually get them. It's not an overly big fish, but it is a fish. I don't think it's a bad fish. And he come off. Something told me that fish was going to come off. That sucks that fish got off, but it's a good sign because we can probably just run this bank over and over again, especially if we get another and maybe stay in fish. I've got a headpiece on there now. I don't know why that fish come off, and I kind of feel like he was bigger than I originally thought. There was another. Now that's a little bigger of a fish there. Still don't think it's no monster, but it's bigger than the last one. We might have found where they was piled up, guys. That's 2 fish in 5 minutes after fishing for an hour. Like I said, if I was to fish a tournament on this river, this is what I would do all day long. Just try to figure it out where they're at and what they're doing. And it don't matter what time of day it is or what have you, you can always catch them. Good 7-8 pound blue, not no monster. I think that other one might have been just a hair bigger than that one. Nice 7-8 pound blue. Good looking fish, good healthy female. We'll turn her back for another day. I gotta check my hook, it don't. Guys, I love this bumping, but I love the anchorfish too. Like I said, I just so happened to motor up through there and seen them fish down there on sonar, and I was like, well, let's catch a couple. They like these outside rocky bends if they ain't got a lot of current to them. Time to regroup. Got a barge coming anyway. I got cut bait. I'm gonna go up above them quite a bit. Well, guys, it's time to go get back after them. I think it's gonna get active here. They pulled up a barge. We might have to vacate our place. Hopefully we get a good one out of here before we gotta really go. There's another barge coming from upstream. So that's the bad thing about fishing bends, is these barges, these big barges, have they take the whole bend. And you respect the barges when you're on the river. Just like farm traffic on the highway, you gotta respect the farm traffic just like they've got the right of way. And plus them barges quite a bit bigger than you are, or a catfishing boat. I hung into a big one time right out in the middle of the river. And I was fighting him, probably a 40, 50 pounder. He was a hoss. And I had to turn trolling motor off. Well, there was an upstream barge coming, and I was fighting that fish drifting. I scooped him up out of in the dip net, threw him in the back of the boat, and the barge started honking at me. He was about 2 barge lengths behind me. I was like, all right, I got her. I thought that I was gonna have to cut the fish off and go. Because at the end of the day, there's no fish out there worth your life. Close, but not your life. Especially not no 40, 50 pounder. Like I said, close. All right, guys, it's been 20 minutes waiting on barges. We're ready to give them a whirl again. Usually after them barges come through, they bite pretty good. Them barges, they kill stuff, and them fish know it. Just like that, you get in that trash and you got fish on. I somehow foul hooked that fish. That's strange. Another nice blue. Pretty fish. Never foul hooked one bumping. I guess he turned right as I pulled up on it. Looks like another hook lost. It'll come loose. Guys, I sure thought that was one hammered, but it ain't. We broke off anyway. Back up there to put another hook on. And that's bumping. All right, guys, we're gonna go one more round down through here. If we don't pick up nothing big, we're gonna go about it somewhere else. If the rocks wasn't so big, you could probably get down through there with a hook. And there's a bunch of fish in them rocks. And what I'm doing is catching these outlying fish out here on this sand before I get to the rocks, because you can't really control nothing when you get in them rocks. And usually you can do that, you know, get up above that thing before you get below it, and it'll come undone. But if you ain't getting hung up, you ain't where fish are, especially this time of day. Got the sinker that time. Y'all have watched me lose a lot of tackle today. So that's the whole point of bumping, is to get where the fish are at. And we've been on fish quite a bit today down this stretch. They just ain't cooperating with us. I don't know if it's a bait issue. It's fresh skipjack. You can't hardly use little shad for bumping. They won't stay on a hook. You can use bigger shad. But anyways, if you're gonna bump, you got to be prepared to tie hooks on every 5 minutes. That's just part of it. And this is the last one I'm tying on. I ain't tying on another. I'm through with it today. If we was catching fish, I'd probably hang out with them. Them fish has crawled in a hole. So I'm getting married tomorrow. It's my first time. Never been married before marrying Erin. And these next 2 clips, or 3, however many I decide to put on here, a couple of them she's going fishing with me on a cold day. Just shows you the love that she sends for me, to go fishing with me on them days when it's so cold you can't do nothing. It don't bother me, but I'm sure that her sitting out there 12 hours ain't no fun on her. We've had some good times out here on the boat, different places. We fished James River, we fished Carr Lake, we fished Alabama, Tennessee, Kentucky, Illinois, Indiana, Virginia. Don't think we've made it to Mississippi and Louisiana yet this year, or this season. But anyways, in these next 2 clips, or 3, or 4, however many I decide to put on here, hell, I'm proud of her. I'm happy it's finally happening. She puts up with a lot, me out here on the waters. You know, every day that I'm off, especially from here on out, I'm on the water. That's the reason why she ain't been with me a lot. Normally she would fish with me all the time, but she's been getting that wedding together while I've been out here trying to catch fish. But you'll start seeing her. Bunch of skipjack over there chasing. But you'll start seeing her more after this weekend. We got a couple trips planned, and she's ready to get back on the water. She even said the other day, she's like, man, I miss going fishing with you. You know, it's something that I've done all my life, and she knows that I hunt and fish. There's a lot of other things we can do, guys, but it's a lot less productive and a lot less fun. It might seem like fun at the time, but it ain't. By the time it's all said and done. Just thought I'd talk to y'all that has watched me this far, let y'all know what's going on. And I say a lot. Like I said, I'm excited. It's not going to be a great big affair. It's going to be a family and a couple friends and a cookout. We're going to do where the preacher talks to you. I don't know what it's called. You can tell I'm real informed about this wedding stuff. I ain't never seen one, I don't think. Well, I've been to a couple, but most of the time I've seen them on TV. And I doubt this one will be like TV. I'm going to try to film parts of it and post it. You know, I don't know about the music and how YouTube thinks about music off the wall like that. But anyways, I will see y'all the next time. I'll probably, if I get the bait, I'll probably come back up here. I might go somewhere else on the Mississippi. This ain't holding a lot of fish right now. Of course, as the water temperature goes back down, it'll start holding some more. There's a lot of winter homes here. You can tell I'm excited about my wedding. But I'll see y'all later. Oh yeah, by the way, with these next couple clips, it's going to be a 3-fish video. So folks, we're on the Mississippi. It's like really windy, and we're going to be dodging lightning bolts today and hailstones, and I got my fiance with me. She looks very happy. She don't I tried to get her up this morning at 4:30, and that was fun. Howdy everybody. So it's Christmas. So we decided to come out here and freeze our butts off, try to make a Christmas video. Erin has made a rare appearance for the winter time. She looks like one of those people off the the give money to foundation commercial.
Stop. He's slimy. You better hurry up.
25 pounds, folks.
You feels like a slimy alien.
You want me to weigh?
It's up to you. You got him? Ugh. They ain't really, they don't smell bad, they just are slimy.
24 on the button.
Now that's the biggest one I've caught, right?
Yep.
So far? Good job, me.
Hello, everybody. So me and Erin come out here to Smithland Dam again today. I'm gonna try to get her on a big fish. So her biggest one that she ever caught weighed 35. So we're gonna try to beat that today. We're gonna start here where I was at. I was just making sure you was in it. I looked up there and it's just me.
It's okay.
Erin's got the good takedown and a monster.
Really?
I mean, that thing is just peeling track. Look at that, folks.
I gotta get prepared. Oh, yeah.
That thing hit like a ton of freaking bricks.
Yeah, he's turning my boat too.
I don't think I've ever seen a blue cat hit that hard or a catfish hit that hard.
Oh, he ain't giving up right yet.
That's what I'm saying, guys. These random places that nobody else will fish. Is he hung?
I can't, yeah, he's there, but I can't get him to go nowhere, see?
Just keep your rod tip up and keep him coming your way.
He's not, though. He does not want no part of this.
I bet that's 50, 60 pound fish.
Great.
That's a fast, heavy pole, guys, so she's a tugging pretty hard on that. I wonder if that ain't a striper, by the way that thing hit. What?
Don't say that. It's a catfish. Because I'm going to be mad if it's a striper.
Well, not necessarily. It'd be the biggest striper you ever caught.
It'll probably be the only one I ever caught. Well, I just lost some ground there.
Is he going upstream?
I don't know where he's going. He's getting closer.
He's giving up too easy to be a big one if he ain't going upstream. I can't tell what he's doing. I know that thing pulling out like that got my heart pumping, and I ain't even got him on the pole. I'd say it's a good one.
If it ain't a striper.
Well, if it's a striper, then, like I said, you ain't never caught one of them before. He's going upstream. Get this dip net, make sure it ain't tangled up on anything.
Here he is, whatever it is. Oh my God. He's pretty big. It ain't a striper. Yay!
He ain't as big as I thought he was.
No, but
still a good
Yeah, it's still a good fish.
35, 40 pound blue. I wonder what that, we're gonna weigh him because he might go north of 40. $35. It's a good Pickwick fish, I think. You want to hold him up?
No. I had to pee. I'm afraid I'll pee myself. I'm sorry.
Here, hold him up for the camera.
Who, me? Oh, Wesley. Golly.
Erin's first Pickwick, Alabama fish.
Okay.
Oh, no.
Am I letting him go? There he goes again. No, damn it. The last time you did that, they did that, that freaking left a bruise on my arm for a freaking week.